What up, what up, what up, everybody? It's your boy Shogunna here to bring you another episode of, Bleach Review. This Bleach Review is chapter 571. Yeah, chapter 571, A Devilish Perspective. First off, I gotta say, I'm sorry, guys, that this review is late. I had some problems with my upgrading to Windows 8.1, and the shit's stupid. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Windows 8.1 is a little bit more efficient, but come on, man, it messed up my whole thing. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. So let's just get started in this Bleach review. Um, uh, well, really not too much happened. This is a really simple chapter of Bleach. Two things. One, Stern Ritter V. What is it? Gwinnell Lee, whatever. Stern Ritter V. Um, we got more depth into his powers. We actually understood. We didn't have to go that much depth into it because we actually understood from last chapter what's going on this chapter. He just re-explains his powers, which is crazy. And then Yachiru released her Zanpakuto, and I'll talk about that later because that's at the end. But first, Gwinnell Lee, Stern Ritter V. Basically, he says that his power goes into three forms. The first form is when he disappears. Basically, he turns invisible. This could also insinuate that his Rietsu disappears. So it's probably something like that. It's his form. His form disappears. He turns invisible, and probably his Rietsu or whatever Reishi disappears as well with him. Uh, two form two, his existence disappears. So that's his whole form of being. He's intangible, basically. He can't be hit because he doesn't exist, apparently. So, and then when he explains that when he goes, and he can do these forms whenever he wants. These two forms, actually, he can do these two forms simultaneously at this or whenever he wants to. He can activate them whenever he can activate them at the blink of an eye. And then so he actually says if his opponent reacts even instantaneously, it's too late. So that doesn't make sense because instantaneously, that's the fastest you can react to something. And we see that Yachiru actually does hit him. So I don't know how much I believe in this guy. He actually doesn't seem too strong. I'm sorry. He actually seems pretty weak. I was fearing that Kenpachi was gonna come in and save Yachiru, and we want get to see Yachiru's her strength. But this guy seems pretty weak. I don't think I really doubt Kubo would waste, Kenpachi's coming back. Something so epic as Kenpachi coming back on this guy, man. But yeah, what was I explaining? Form two. He says he can activate when he activates form two. If he does form two before one, it his his form lags a little bit. So it'll still it's something like an after image. Or his existence is already gone, so he won't be hurt. But it'll look like the person is damaging him. And that's what we saw last chapter and the beginning of this chapter. Yachiru keeps punching him, and it looks like he's getting hurt, but he actually isn't because he's activating form two, which is erasing his existence. So he's becoming intangible, but his form is still left behind for a little, like a split second later, and it's looking as if he's getting hurt, but he actually isn't receiving any type of damage whatsoever. But and then form three, he goes in and explains form three, and form three is he can erase his existence from people's minds. So he can make people forget that they ever knew him. and they don't recognize him. He sort of plays on this when he keeps coming back and he's reappearing in front of Isane and Yachiru, and he says, "I know, okay, I know we've done this song and dance more than once, but let me reintroduce myself. My name is Hove." No. but but as soon as he reappears, Yachiru, boom, right in the face, pow, right in the face, and and he disappears as soon as she hits him. And then Isane's like, "Well, what are you doing? You can't just hit somebody that just appears. They could be friend or foe." Well, listen, Isane. One, you guys are in a war. You guys are in a war. Motherfucker that sneaks up on you, he kind of has it coming. He kind of he has it coming. He has it coming. Hey, I'm with Yachiru on this. He has it coming, and Yachiru says, "Well, I got a funny feeling about him. You know, as soon as he appeared, he made my heart skip a beat." And then Hisane was like, "What? What is that?" She's like, it's this feeling. It's just I can't describe it. It's like your stomach's in knots. You're anxious. You're scared, all at the same time." And then she said, anytime Kenny would have someone who made his heart skip a beat, she'd cut him up into little pieces. And since he's not here, I can do the cutting up without taking away from his fun. And then this, and then General Sternwater V, he's like, cut me up into pieces. This little she's getting a little ahead of herself. I need to kill her before her instinct takes completely over. So he goes in for the kill, and she just by this time she unsheaths her sword, and he's going to stab her. He has just a little dagger. It looked like he can't hurt anybody. It's a little knife. This guy, man. That's why I say he's not a threat at all. No threat whatsoever. He's going to stab her, and she swings, and he activates, form two, where he gets rid of his existence. While he gets rid of his existence, he can't hurt anybody because he doesn't exist, so he's becoming intangible. He can't hurt anybody, and but he gets a little nick right above his nose. He's like, "Oh, what the hell happened?" He's like, I know I dodged it. I know I dodged it. I know for a fact I dodged her sword. What is going on?" Yachiru's like, "Yeah, you dodged my sword, but my blade is a copycat blade." I have two people, or they're not people. They're, I don't know what the fuck. One looks like a hollow hybrid type thing, and one looks like a big fucking Furby with a sword. And so so they watch her, and anywhere in her area of sight, they copy her stroke of her sword. They copy the stroke and try and attack the target. So there's someone in front of her and there's someone behind her. It's kind of hacks. It's kind of, if you don't know about it. Once you realize, and then she reveals the people, so they're not invisible anymore. So like once you go with the, if you don't know about it, and if they're completely invisible, then yeah, it's kind of hacks. It's kind of hacks ability because you can't essentially escape it because you don't know what you're trying to escape. Because she said they're in her field of they're in her field of vision. So wherever she can see, if she attacks, they'll attack by copying her attack. Kind of like Kimura. It's kind of like Kimura, but I think if they get hit, she's not gonna take any type of damage. Because you know how Kimura's his Zanbakuto Tekken when he attacks the big giant ass thing, it copies his attack as well. So I think it's kind of like his. but I guess not as strong. I don't know. I don't know. Probably not as much destructive ability that he has because he has a pretty. I think he's one of the most destructive captains that they have. Just in DC. And her Zamato's called Sanpo Kinju, I think. The triple stride sword beast. If I'm not mistaken, I comment and let me know if that's right. I think that's what it's called though. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna continue with the battle next chapter most likely, and Yachiru's gonna kick some ass. That's what I can see because this guy is not a threat, man. This guy's not a threat. It's probably one of it's probably just like a mid battle in between it. I'm thinking after this we're gonna have another big battle because this guy's not a threat, man. He's a bum. Anyway, guys, it's your boy Shogunne. Just brought you guys another Bleach review, chapter 571. Peace, and I'm out.